Shannon Sharpe possibly moving around. We didn't know if he was going to be on television. We know he's still rocking it out with Club Shay Shay. He became TV's favorite uncle as he was with Skip Bayless on Skip and Shannon Undisputed and then departed after the NBA Finals. And Stephen A. Smith has not been quiet about it, especially on his new Stephen A. Smith Show podcast that I am actually highly enjoying. I don't feel like it's a different side of Stephen A., but he's really just able to be himself, and it feels genuine there. Stephen A. let us know about it. He said, hey, the head honchos know that I want Shannon Sharpe. The head honchos are now talking to Shannon Sharpe to possibly get him on the building. So, Peyton, would you enjoy everyone's favorite TV uncle next to Stephen A. Smith daily on First Take ESPN?
Certainly. Listen, I don't get much time to watch TV, but I have not enjoyed First Take since Max has left.
Yeah.
I loved the fact that they had a consistent co-host to Stephen A., right?
Yep.
And when it was Skip, it was great. When it was Max, it was great. Undisputed was better than First Take with Skip and Shannon.
Yes.
And Shannon was, in my opinion, the reason why people tuned in. It was no longer Skip. It became
the reason I
show.
tuned in.
Yeah. And now if you have Shannon and Stephen A., I think that would be just a match made in heaven for television. That's for sure.
Yeah. Right there with you, man. I would really love to see this move pulled off because, you know, we see what's happening with ESPN. Like they talked about the layoffs, or at least Disney said, and we know that they're, you know, both the same company or at least owned, you know, together. Disney talked about the 7,000 jobs that were coming and, you know, the layoffs. So they lay off all these people. I mean, lay off absolute veterans, legends, an average of 20 years of talent from Susie Colbert to Max Kellerman to Keyshawn Johnson. The names kept going on and on and on. And there's more coming, right? Stephen A. literally said, ladies and gentlemen, I could very well be next. And who knows what would happen for Stephen A. He's fine. I know he's made his money. He's a very smart businessman. But he's being another very smart businessman, knowing that Shannon Sharpe is the cream of the crop right now for a broadcaster, if you ask me. The attitude, the humor, the true character, the grind, the grit, just the way he showed up every day. I mean, of course, it wasn't a shock to me that he actually cried on his final moments for Skip and Shannon. But he said, just know when I lay my head down every night that I gave it everything I had. And I felt that. I believed that from Shannon. And I was shocked by how Shannon actually transitioned very well into that broadcasting role. I mean, he even said, like, I didn't think I was able to do it, but then Skip believed in me. But then I had people from FS1 that actually gave me a chance, knowing that I had never really been in front of a camera or on a microphone and, you know, giving takes like he was with sports and hitting the nail on the head between football, between basketball. I mean, even when boxing, when they would bring it up, you know, and he of course had his writers and producers and all, but still to deliver and, you know, have knowledge like that was great. So now we see ESPN, they lay those people off. They bring in the Pat McAfee show. Stephen A. knows what he's up to here. I would love to see Shannon Sharpe on First Take. I would hope that he would still be able to be his true self because I do feel like FS1, and maybe you'll agree here too, I feel like FS1 is a little looser of a company than ESPN, but that's okay because I like The Herd. I like Speak. You know, multiple shows like that rolled through. Skip and Shannon, of course. Hell, I think the Carton Show is on there too, a little loose, but I think it would be a really great move. And I think it would be a good pivot for ESPN to be like, hey, yes, we did just lay off all of this legendary talent. But I think Shannon started back in 2016. So he's, you know, not even got 10 years under his belt. We see Pat McAfee just a few years, you know, really grinding. I think, I don't know, hell, Pat might be over 6-7 years now. But guys that have been in the game for a while, but still kind of young in terms of the legends that ESPN just let go of. I think that's exactly what they're pushing towards here.
You know, and I think it really also depends on what ESPN's plans are.
Right.
There's a reason why, like Stephen A. has his own podcast now.
Oh, 100%.
There's a reason why
he is not going to get left hung out to dry.
Exactly. And if you noticed, Colin Cowherd did the same thing 2 years ago now, right?
Yep.
With the
volume, which is
now he has
blown up.
Yeah, Draymond Green's on there and all that stuff.
Yep.
Television is dying.
It is.
And it's a big problem. That's why they got laid off. So it would kind of be interesting if they went out and paid big money, because I'm sure Shannon Sharpe demands a pretty penny in his market because, like you said, he is one of the best.
Right.
So it would be kind of like conflicting if they went out and paid him huge money, especially since they gave Stephen A such a big contract. I mean, Stephen A is making in the millions
Yeah.
of dollars per year now.
Yep.
Um,
Number
it,
one show on ESPN for 11 straight years, and he will not let you forget about it.
exactly.
I'd be proud as hell too, though.
Yeah, but
You know?
the industry's kind of taking another turn.
Right.
I almost feel like if ESPN's planning on trying to move away from pure like television content,
Right.
it wouldn't be a great move in terms of the long term. What do you
If
think
they're
about that?
if they're trying to move away from like strictly TV content.
Yeah, and they wanted to go to more of like, podcasts and stuff, almost like a Bleacher Report app
Yeah.
or stuff like that. I think those apps are trending a lot more.
Definitely. And when you see Bleacher Report bringing on like, guys like Pick a Side podcast on YouTube and the Draymond Green show or any of just these other like shows that have built up strictly on social, it's because they want to appeal to that. I don't think it would be a bad move for ESPN strictly because I mean, they've been in the game for so long, like they have the money, they have the resources to do it. It would just be a matter of who they actually pivot to, like Shannon Sharpe, like the Pat McAfee show. Like, are you going to go and get those people that are really driving the market right now, even though they might or might not be employed because of what may or may not have happened with the show? I don't think it would be a bad move. I don't think they should, of course, completely cut TV content because things like Sports Center, things like First Take, I mean, hell, pardon the interruption, they have been trucking it along for years. And I love that that duo has been able to stay together. But it's going to be interesting to see, man, because I mean, you've got guys like you and I that put on shows and put out content every day, every week, every month. And then you've got big companies like ESPN that can pour the millions and billions of dollars into running a potential commercial on a, whatever type of show that no one's going to pay attention to, or are they going to put that money into paid ads on social and going after these podcasters and things of that nature?